Hey guys, it's Nikki. Welcome back to another song review. So, we're going to be listening to Penny Lane by the Beatles. We're continuing on with our Beatles journey. I don't know how often you're going to see these videos, but I'm just sitting down right now and recording either ones that I'm somewhat familiar with or ones that are brand new to me. And this one is brand new to me. This is one that a lot of you guys suggested. Like I always say, I try to take everybody's requests into account when I'm deciding on what videos to film, but I do see when there's like a big just like the majority and everybody's saying one song is what I'm trying to say, and this is one of those songs that a lot of people were requesting, so I'm excited to check it out. Let's pop our headphones on, turn it up, and here we go.
Penny Lane, there is a barber showing photographs of every head he's had the pleasure to know, and all the people that come
Okay, so
and
Penny Lane's a
go
street, a
stop
little
and say
street.
hello. On the corner is a banker with a motor car, the little children laugh at him behind his back, and the banker never wears a mask in the pouring rain. Very strange. Penny Lane is in my ears and in my eyes. There beneath the blue suburban skies, I sit and meanwhile back in Penny Lane there is a fireman with an hourglass, and in his pocket
Is
is
that
a
where they're
portrait of
from,
the Queen.
or the
He
area they're
likes to
from, I'm
keep his
guessing?
fire engine clean. It's a clean machine.
A trumpet. The Beatles really have everything in their music, depending on the song,
Penny
you know.
Lane is in my ears and in my eyes. For a fish and finger pies in summer. Meanwhile, back behind the shelter in the middle of the roundabout, the pretty nurse is selling poppies from a tray. And though she feels as if she's in a play, she is anyway. In Penny Lane, the barber shaves another customer. We see the banker sitting waiting for a trim. Then the fireman rushes in from the pouring rain. Very strange. Penny Lane is in my ears and in my eyes. There beneath the blue suburban skies, I sit and meanwhile back. Penny Lane is in my ears and in my eyes.
It's a very catchy song.
There beneath the
No, I'm quiet. I'm just watching
suburban skies,
everything that's happening.
Penny Lane.
So I'll scooch over and see what I can find about this song. I'm just assuming that that's like where they're from, or the area where they're from, just to feel that, strong enough to write a song about an area. But you never know. So I will find out. But I really have to figure out who is who in the Beatles. Paul McCartney, I can identify. John Lennon, I just assume is the one that has the big glasses on most of the time. I don't know. Let me just look up a picture of them when they were younger. Okay, so I'm looking at a picture of them right now, and I don't know who is who without. Well, I know Paul McCartney's on the left. I'll pop in the picture I'm talking about. Paul McCartney's on the left, and I don't know who the rest are because I don't see the John Lennon glasses. This is a problem. Is this crazy? I've nobody ever broke down the Beatles to me before. I swear to you, I'm not lying about this. Oh, okay. Somebody actually has a picture. I'll pop this in too. Wait, Kurt. Who is Kurt? Is this picture wrong? Where's Paul? Oh boy. This is what happens when you react to things. You don't know who is who. I will figure this out. I will, before we even look at what this song's about, I have to figure out who we're talking about. Who the heck is Kurt? There is no Kurt. Is that a joke? Oh boy. Should I leave this in or should I not leave this in? I feel like you guys are probably yelling at me through the screen. Okay, so there's actually a website that talks about how to tell the Beatles apart. I'll link it below. However, they did have that picture of Kurt. Who's Kurt? But they have another picture. I'll pop it in here. George, John, Paul, and Ringo. George, John, Paul, and Ringo. Okay. I'll do my best to remember that going forward. That is a lot. I apologize if you're still watching, thank you. And I also apologize because I feel like that was rough to sit through. Here's another one. George, Paul, Ringo, John. I feel like Paul McCartney just because I know what he looks like now. And even John Lennon, I've seen a lot of pictures of over the years that I couldn't tell. I can't tell without the glasses, but once he has the glasses on, then I know who he is. Anyway, let's get back to Penny Lane and seeing if that's actually about their hometown or home area. Okay, so this is on genius.com. It says Penny Lane was released in 1967 as a double A-side single alongside Strawberry Fields Forever, which I don't know that one either. I'll have to check that one out too. The song was primarily written by Paul McCartney, with John Lennon rumored to have contributed the Four of Fish and Finger Pies line. Both songs were originally meant to be included in Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, but the Beatles and their management ultimately decided to release them early, since EMI Records was concerned with their fading popularity following the infamous More Popular Than Jesus controversy. What is that? I feel like I'm diving into a lot of things in this video. I'm trying to figure out what the song's about, who is who, what's the More Popular Than Jesus controversy. Maybe I'll save that for another video. But if you guys want to tell me what that was about, just so I have time to learn ahead of time and I can actually, spit out proper information from true fans of the band themselves, I would be thankful for that. But let's see here. Okay, then it says, George Martin openly said that not including the songs on Sgt. Pepper was the biggest mistake of his professional life. He later explained this in the Beatles anthology. The only reason that Strawberry Fields Forever and Penny Lane didn't go onto the new album was a feeling that if we issued a single, it shouldn't go onto an album. That was a crazy idea, and I'm afraid I was partially responsible. It's nonsense these days, but in those days, it was an aspect that we tried to give the public value for money. The idea of a double A-side came from me and Brian Epstein, really. Brian was desperate to recover popularity, and so we wanted to make sure that we had a marvelous seller. He came to me and said, I must have a really great single. What have you got? And I said, well, I've got 3 tracks, and 2 of them are the best tracks they've ever made. We could put the 2 together and make a smashing single. We did, and it was a smashing single, but it was also a dreadful mistake. But why was it a mistake, really? Because I feel like it was probably still successful. Right? Because it was the Beatles. But I don't know. It's interesting though when you think about it, like singles, I mean, growing up, like I would always love getting the singles and just from my favorite artists and like the booklet and the art design. I love looking through things like that and having that as another part of my collection aside from like the CD themselves. I grew up in the CD age. So for me, it wasn't really albums, but it was CDs. And so that was exciting for me, but usually those singles were part of an album. Like you didn't have to buy that separately, or you didn't have to search for that on its own. It was always just like, I don't know. I feel like a lot of releases are different nowadays because some bands just release single after single and don't even have an album. Where before, I think the album came first and then the singles were released, and it was kind of fun and exciting to be like, okay, what song is going to be the next single from the album? So maybe that was a unique thing for them back then. That makes sense, I guess. And it says here, Penny Lane is a street in Liverpool where McCartney and Lennon used to meet in their childhood. In the song, the narrator, Paul, sits, observes, listens, and analyzes the people and their surroundings, everything beneath the surface of their daily lives. In 2006, Penny Lane was a candidate for renaming because it was originally named after a slave owner. Due to its historical significance in pop culture, however, the name was preserved. Interesting. I mean, I understand that, but then I feel like everybody kind of already knows this song and knows it for what it is. I mean, that was 2000, when was that? 2006, it said. And when did this come out? 1967. So I feel like by then everybody just knows this song to be Penny Lane. Even if they did change it, I feel like people would still know it and probably refer to it as Penny Lane. And then it also says Strawberry Fields is about their childhood as well. So I'm curious to know what that one is like, especially since it was like a double single. I feel like I should listen to that. If not today, very soon. But yeah, let me know what you think of this song, what you think I should listen to next by the Beatles, and also what your take is on the double-sided singles and singles now and how music is released, because I feel like it's just a totally different ball game. And I can see where it could be beneficial to newer artists where you don't have to have a full album, you don't have to record a whole album to be successful. But then I also feel like there's just so many people, I don't know, I feel like music just comes and goes so quick nowadays. I feel like even growing up back in my day, I want to say like in the 90s, like an album or a song, it would be around for a good while. Like it would be played on the radio for a long time. And that's not to say songs aren't like that now, but I feel like an album just took you so far and it held you over for such a long time. Where now I feel like every day it's like, okay, or not every day, but maybe every week it's like a new song or a new trending song. And it's just stuff just comes and goes so much. And I like that there's a lot of music to listen to, but I also feel like you don't really, you don't really get to hold on to it and appreciate it like in the past. At least that's what I think. And that's why I like this channel, because I do get to sit down and really absorb it and take it in. It's not just like a 10-second clip that you hear scrolling through on your phone. I like to I'm all about the long form content and really breaking things down and taking your time. And I feel like that's not what a lot of people are into nowadays. So I don't know, but hopefully you guys are. If you made it this far, I guess it's safe to say you are as well. Let me know some Beatles facts. Like I said, if you know what did I say it was called? The more popular than Jesus controversy. Fill me in on that. All right. I will end this one here for now. As always, thank you guys so much for watching along with me, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.